Here are 15 things you may not have known about Vegas Pro. If you already know everything, then good for you. If not, I hope this helps. The first thing is developer settings. If you shift click on options, you will get an internal tab. I'd highly recommend leaving these alone unless you know exactly what you're doing. In Vegas 17 and prior, you'll have to click options and shift click on preferences. Then an internal tab will show up in this window. If you want to be able to do video capture, go to deprecated features and select enable video capture. Go to file and click Vegas capture. You can choose which monitors and audio sources show up in your recording. If you have video that doesn't play well on your timeline, right click on it in your media pool and create video proxy. The render progress is shown in your thumbnail. If you set it to preview, you'll use your proxy media in the preview. If you have it set to good or best, it'll use your original video file. In your final render, Vegas will swap back from your proxy back to the original video file, so there's no quality loss. If you want to fine-tune adjustments when applying effects, you can do that by holding the control key. This is me regularly sliding it around. This is me holding the control key. It's much slower. If you double-click on your parameter, it will reset it to default values. If you want video effects to apply to all video layers below it, you can drag composite to the left of that video effect. If you want to loop your video, you can double-click your event, or you can create a starting point with I and an ending point with O. When you press Q, it will loop. You can also use selection regions like this to precache video effects. For example, if I drag a blur onto this video, it will not play back in real time. However, if I press Shift B, it will precache this part of the video and it will play back normally. Masking can be applied to either the video or the effect level. For example, if I create a mask, normally, by default, it will punch a hole in the video. If I change this to yes, it will isolate the effect to this part of the mask only. You can also add VST effects to Vegas by going to Options, Preferences, VST effects, and specifying your directory. You can also use audio editors by going to the audio page and specifying the executable directory of that program. For example, I'm using RX7. I can press Ctrl E or right click and go to open an audio editor. It's going to open the audio stream of this video in RX7. If you want to hide half of your UI of Vegas, you can press Alt backtick. I use this if I have a lot of audio tracks and don't need to worry about the video. You can press Alt backtick to bring it back. If you also do a bunch of stuff with your UI and you don't like what you've done and you want to reset it, you can go to View, Window Layouts, Default Layout. If you ever delete something from your file explorer and you get that annoying message saying, hey, we can't find your video, you can delete it from your timeline and then click this right here to remove all unused media from your project. If you ever want to reset Vegas to factory defaults, you can hold Control Shift and then click on the Vegas icon. Hold Control Shift until this menu pops up. Delete all cached application data, and this will reset it to factory defaults.